friends, it's 4th of July, and what is more American than apple pie? Well, today we are doing an upside down pastry apple pie that you can bring to your barbecue this afternoon. To get started with these upside down apple pie puff pastries, we first have to get our apples cut. So we want really even cuts on our apples. I'm using two different types of apples, Fuji and Granny Smith. That's gonna be this like red yellowish one here, and the green one. I think it gives a really nice contrast of flavors, especially in an apple pie. So we're gonna cut those up into smaller pieces and just make sure that they are very flat, because you wanna get a really even cook on all of them, which means you also wanna get an even cut on them. So we'll go in and start cutting. Then you're gonna turn your puff pastry out onto a well-floured surface, and then you can pretty much cut it where those lines are, where those fold lines are. And once you cut them, set them aside. This, I think, should probably make about 9 pastries. It's gonna be 2 cuts this way and then 2 cuts this way. Once it's time to assemble our pastries, we want to make sure we get some parchment paper down on whatever we're baking it on. On our parchment paper, we're gonna do butter, sugar, our apples, a little bit more butter, a little bit more sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, and then we're gonna lay that pastry on top, give it a good cinch on the sides, and then egg wash it before putting it into our oven to bake at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes until everything is nice and golden brown on top. If your pastry dough happens to be a little bit too small, you can always flatten it with your hands to make it a little bit bigger. You can also roll it out ahead of time. It really just depends on how big you think you're gonna want these pastries to be, but you wanna make sure that you get a really good edge around everything so everything kind of sticks inside of the pastry itself. But just make sure that you get it big enough so that it reaches all the way around whatever you're trying to make a turnover into. Once you know you can fit it over, we're gonna cinch the sides with a fork. And then repeat for all of the pastries that you can fit on your pan. So for me, I'm gonna do that for 3 more. We're gonna come back before we put these in the oven. These are hot. All right, time to take a taste. Oh my gosh, that tastes just like apple pie. Right amount of sugar in it, cinnamon, nutmeg. If you don't want to make a whole pie, but are looking for everyone to have individuals, this is the way to go. I'm so tired.